We literally have the answer to global warming, and almost no one is talking about it. WTF! Which stands for widespread taint fungus. Wait, what did you think it stood for? That's right, we have the answer to climate catastrophe, but there's a strong likelihood that some people will make sure it never happens. I'm looking at you, Corey Feldman. Oh, no, not that he's going to stop it. There's just an image of him on my lunch pail that I'm looking at. So it's right, I'm just thinking about lunch right now. There's a new article in CNN about a form of clean energy that could solve all of humanity's energy problems and global warming at the same time. And I know, CNN, I wouldn't trust CNN to look after my dog. And my dog's been dead for 3 years. But still, CNN's filled with a bunch of world-class dipshits and idiots, so they'd probably accidentally set my taxidermy dog on fire or spill super glue on him or something, and I'd be like, what happened to Hank? And they'd be like, who's Hank? And I'm like, you never loved him! But anyway, this particular article happens to be true, and it's about nuclear fusion. Fusion promises a virtually limitless form of energy that, unlike fossil fuels, emits zero greenhouse gases, and unlike the nuclear fission power used today, produces no long-life radioactive waste. No radioactive waste and no possibility of nuclear meltdown. So, if something goes wrong, it won't cause an evacuation of the eastern seaboard from DC to Boston. But don't worry, you can return to your homes in roughly 10,000 years. And your Skittles and Monster Energy drinks in the cupboard will still be good. They have a half-life of 20,000 years. Without getting bogged down in the details of the science, which is what someone says when they don't understand the science and they want you to think they just don't want to take up your time right now. Without getting bogged down in the details of the science, our new pesticide kills the cockroaches in your apartment and cures male pattern baldness. If you don't have male pattern baldness, then you should wear a helmet for the next 2 years or so. Anyway, without getting bogged down in the science, scientists are now closer to creating nuclear fusion than ever before. It could be as little as 10 or 15 years before fusion energy is online, but, and this is a massive but, the program called ITER requires cooperation between countries. 35 countries are collaborating on ITER, which is run by 7 main members: China, the US, the EU, Russia, India, Japan, and South Korea. And I don't know if you know this, but the United States no worky well with others. Just look at all the countries we've couped or tried to coup, or the 750 to 900 military bases we have around the world, or that time we tried to play hungry hippos with other countries and we just dropped a drone bomb on their hippos and claimed it was winning. But perhaps even worse than our general failure to cooperate is the fact that the moment this incredible and mind-blowing science experiment works, guess what? No more need for oil at all. No more need for coal. No more need for fracking. And no more need for the petrodollar, which is how the US dollar and therefore the US empire maintains its power. So even though this technology will mean humanity won't go extinct due to climate catastrophe in 50 years, the US may very well work to sink the project, work to stop the advancement, because this country is essentially run by dozens of this dude. But here's another pressing question. Why aren't we, meaning humanity, dropping everything to make sure nuclear fusion is a reality? Why isn't every single human who could help make this happen doing it? Why isn't this like the Manhattan Project or the moon landing or that time we were told Saddam Hussein was going to anthrax all of us, so we helped each other saran wrap our houses? Some cooperation is better than others. Instead, there's a couple tiny articles by the mainstream media saying, we might create limitless clean energy, but it's kind of hard and kind of costs a lot. Yeah, extinction is just like totally easier and cheaper. The CNN article points out the entire construction of ITER was estimated at around 6 billion euros. Right now, the total has more than tripled to around 20 billion euros. Oh my God, 20 billion euros? We can't possibly spend that much. That's almost as much as the Pentagon spends on toilet paper every year. Well, how much is saving the future of humanity worth? No more than Bill Gates spent to purchase the 35 children who live in his sock drawer to make sure the socks Oh, we stay in pairs. Sock divorce is a serious problem. And I feel like you're not really taking it seriously. You're not. There's probably a couple of single dudes in there right now. You don't even care. Don't even care about their loneliness. Long story short, we have the answers to our problems. We have the answer to clean water. We have the answer to housing every human being. We have the answer to climate catastrophe. It's just that standing between those answers and a sustainable future is a group of war and power obsessed oligarchs operating within a value systems disorder called a market economy. To take that out of nerd speak, assholes be running shit, man! That's all for now, but I'm the most censored comedian in America, and I can only keep making these videos with your help. Please click subscribe and join the community at leecamp.net to meet other people who want to create a new and better world. Keep fighting.